Okay, welcome back to Yana. You already know why we're here, okay? Because you read the title, and the title is How to Be Mentally Strong or How to Become Mentally Strong. I deem myself as a mentally strong person, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why. I deem myself as a mentally strong person because I've been through so many things that would have absolutely shattered people, like anybody else. However, I know that for one, everything happens for a reason. Two, everything is also a byproduct of my own choices. Three, I know psychology, so it's like I can monitor my mental health in ways that others may cannot or don't know how to, which I would love to talk about in another video. But yeah, so those are like some of the reasons why I would deem myself as a mentally strong person. But this is not about me. This is about how you can become mentally strong. So, a mentally strong person, or how to become a mentally strong person, is not as hard as you may think. It's not as many steps as you may think, but logically it makes a lot of sense. But there's the emotional aspect to it, which is the part that's a little bit harder to grasp. Because becoming a mentally strong person is about boundaries. You have to have boundaries with yourself and everybody. It's just certain things you can't allow for yourself because it will bring you down or put you in a lower vibration or a place that you will not be respecting yourself, your time, your energy, etc. So you have to have boundaries with yourself. You have to have boundaries with others. You just have to know exactly what you will and won't accept from yourself and from others. So you have to have strong, very clear boundaries with yourself and others. That's a characteristic of a mentally strong person. And how you can do that is before, like if someone asks you for something or asks you to do something for them, just ask yourself, am I okay with that? Like, is that something I'm okay with doing for them or accomplishing or, completing? Like, let me give another example. Or certain things like this, like, um, an example for my personal life is a lot of time like my granny be like, let me see your car keys. I'm like, you can ask me to see my car keys so you can move my car. Don't just say let me see them. Just because you're my elder and my grandparent or whatever the case may be, that doesn't mean you don't have to ask me. That is a boundary. Like, that is an example. I tell her this every single time. I'm like, you didn't ask me. And then she'll ask me, and then I'll give her my keys. So you have to have boundaries. Now, I know that is a lot easier said than done. Boundaries was definitely something I had a hard time with, and I'm still working on. Like, obviously, nobody's perfect. I definitely have days where, like, my boundaries are very strong, but I have some days where, like, they're not as strong. But overall, I would say my boundaries have definitely gotten a lot better over the past few years. I definitely know what I do deserve, and I won't settle for anything less than I deserve, which is respect and love, and that means from absolutely everybody, family, friends, relationships, strangers, everybody. Everybody. I'm not gonna say everybody gets treated the same, but there are certain things that I will and won't allow from certain people. And it's my right to do that, and it's your right to have those same um you know rules for yourself. Another characteristic of a mentally strong person is a growth mindset. You have to keep in mind that when life is low, when life is ebbing, when life is on, I guess, going on a down slope, however you want to describe it, you have to remember life is not actually going on a down slope. You have to rewrite the narrative. You have to flip the script and make it work for you in order so you can continue to cultivate your positive and growth mindset. So if you're going through a down period or like a period where like nothing's just working out, like things are kind of just continuously getting taken away from you and you don't know why, remember arrows have to get pulled back before they're shot forward. You have to remember also, like, in order to get new things, you have to clear out the old. So like an example from my own personal life. these last 2.5, 3 months, well, whenever you're watching this is November 2nd of 2024. So the last 3 months, life was pretty shitty. Not gonna lie. My I couldn't work. So my finances are like tied up and things like that, and the stress that comes with that. And then it's like friendships were iffy, relationship ended. Like it was just a lot. Like a lot was going on in such a short period of time. And it was very stressful. It was very anxiety feeling. It was emotional for sure, definitely emotional, but I just knew, like, I always had this inner knowing of, like, you know what, like, this is just me cleaning the slate. This is just the universe's way, or God, or however you want to, whatever higher power you believe in. This is just that point of my life where it's like the slate is being wiped clean so I can have all the new, abundant, fresh, fun, the life that I truly deserve and am worthy of. You think of it like that. Just think of it like, you know what, like my slate is getting wiped clean so I can have a fresh set, a new start, a new beginning. And you have to embrace the new beginnings, but also embrace the endings, because the endings deserve to be celebrated just as much as the new beginnings, because you can't have a new beginning without an ending. So you have to celebrate both sides of the spectrum. Another characteristic of a mentally strong person is good self-awareness. Well, more than good, you have to just be self-aware. Like, you have to know how you are as a person, who you are as a person, how you react to certain situations, what things trigger you, why they trigger you, the kinds of tendencies that you have. So I'll give you an example, because all I have is my personal life. So I will give you examples from my personal life. Like, I have very weird / skewed views of relationships. So, like, I can be friends with someone for a while, like for, whatever. The length of time doesn't matter. I could be friends with someone, but it's like if we don't talk for like a period of time, and then it's like we start talking again, it's like I'm kind of unsure of where we stand. Like, okay, well, do we pick up from where we left off? Or it's like, do we need to kind of go back a little bit and like, get reacquainted with each other, used to people, get used to each other's energy again, like catch up. Cause, by this time, like things have changed. Like we've changed, you change every single day, things of that nature. So it's like, I am constantly kind of unsure of where I stand with people as far as my relationships a lot of the time. So then that keeps me from like speaking up about certain things, or like I'm not necessarily as open with my emotions, because it's like, well, if I say how I feel about something, now that's going to change the relationship. And now it's like, well, where do we go from there? And so that is like just something that I am aware of, but I know that because I do tend to not speak on my feelings, I'm going to speak on my feelings. And this actually happened yesterday. So like I said, I'm recording this on November 2nd of 2024. It'll be posted on November 5th of 2024. If I'm not mistaken. If not November 5th, then it's November 6th, 2024. I'm pretty sure it's November 6th, 2024. But anyway, like, I know that I'm a person who tends to withhold my feelings and withhold speaking up. And because I know this of myself, I'm going to speak up and I'm going to say how I feel and express my emotions and express who I am as a person. Because I know that it's in my nature, or I've made it a habit of me not speaking up. That kind of self-awareness. And you need to be that self-aware of yourself. And the way you can do that and be that self-aware of yourself is to literally learn yourself. Take time and sit by yourself, journal. Like, I journaled for years. Now I don't physically journal, but like I'll do, voice recordings and things like that. But go back and reread your old journals and just notice the kinds of like thought patterns that you were having, like the way that you used to speak, like things of that nature. Like, I know that I used to tend to overgeneralize, like a lot. I would be like, it's always this, or it's never this, when it's like it may have only been that thing 2 times. It's not all like, like always is not a thing. That's just not a thing. So nothing will always be always. It was just, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. That kind of thing. But it's like, I know that of myself. So when I hear myself say always, I'm like, that's not what I mean. And then I correct myself. And that's another part about being a mentally strong person, is you have to notice and catch yourself when you're having negative thought patterns or negative self-talk and things of that nature. If you're having a negative thought pattern, flip the script. Change that negative thought pattern into something that is positive, promoting growth, and that works for you and that feels natural. You don't want it to feel unnatural, because now it's feel like you're forcing it, and then it won't become true for you in your new reality. So, for example, if your thought pattern is, I'm not worthy, or like, I don't deserve, or whatever the case may be, just be like, but I don't deserve to be treated that way. I deserve more. Things of that nature. Or, what, I deserve the best. You just leave it at that. I deserve the best. And that's very true. You do absolutely deserve the best. Absolutely. Absolutely. So do I. I know I deserve and am worthy of absolutely the best. And I won't settle for anything but the best. However, I do know that nobody is perfect. I do also know that. So, keep in mind about, as far as which aspect of your life you're talking about, but do know that you do deserve everything that you could ever desire, and you are absolutely worthy of it. But you just have to let yourself know that you know that you're worthy of it. You have to tell your subconscious mind that you know that you are worthy of it. And as soon as you let your subconscious mind know that you are worthy of it, that you do deserve it, and that it is yours, it will absolutely come to you. It will absolutely happen to you. It will absolutely show up in your life for you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Because if you know it's yours, it will show up. Why wouldn't it show up? If you already have it, if you already know that it's yours, why wouldn't it start showing up in your life? Another aspect of, or another characteristic of a mentally strong person is, what was I supposed to say? Another characteristic of a mentally strong person is gratitude. Like, just be grateful for the things that you do have. Yes, you may always want more or desire more things, things like that. But in order to desire more, you have to be content and grateful with what you do have. And you can't obtain more if you're not grateful for what you have already. So it's like, first thing you do when you get out of bed is like, just take a really deep breath and just be like, wow, I can breathe. Like, that's a very real thing. And you should be absolutely grateful for that, because you could have absolutely woke up and just been unable to breathe, or just not have gotten up at all. So you do have to absolutely be grateful for really everything. Everything. I'm not saying if you're practicing gratitude, I would say, like, everything you do walk around and say thank you. Like, when you make your bed, be like, wow, I'm grateful I can make my bed. Or wow, like, or even just making your bed is an act of gratitude in itself. Like, I'm very grateful that I have a bed I can't sleep in, so I'm going to make it up. Or another one is, like, whenever you're getting ready to eat, wow, I'm glad that I can eat. Wow, I'm grateful that I do have food to eat every single day. Or, wow, I'm grateful that I do have water to drink, because a lot of people don't even have clean water to drink. So it's like, just really practicing gratitude in every aspect of your life. If you can pay your bills, or you have a bill coming up or anything like that, and you're kind of dreading it, just say, wow, like, I'm thankful I can even have bills. I'm thankful that I do have bills and that I can pay them, and pay them on time and in full. Like, you really do have to speak about your life this way. It may feel a little bit delusional, but Delulu is a Salulu, okay? I'm not saying go completely off the wall, but you definitely do have to speak positivity over your life. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, no one wants to pay their bills. Let me just be completely honest. Nobody wants to pay their bills. Just be like, I am absolutely grateful that I do have bills, and that I could have this bill, and that this bill was sent to me because I know I can pay it. And I am grateful that I have the money to pay it, and that I'm grateful that I have the money to pay it in full, and that I have the money to pay it on time. And I have the resources to pay this bill. I have the job or the career to pay this bill. Like, you really have to think about it in that way. And that would make you excited to pay your bills. Then you would notice you even have more money coming in because they're like, wow, like you're telling the universe and yourself like, wow, I have so much money that I don't even mind paying my bills. Like, I don't care. Like, take the money, take it on time, take it early, in fact, because I have more than enough that you could take yours before you even actually need it. That's essentially what you're telling the world. So why wouldn't more money come to you? And you do the same thing with every aspect of your life. Every aspect. If you're struggling with, sticking to an exercise routine, just like, I'm glad and grateful that my biggest problem right now is figuring out what kind of exercise routine I want to have. Or I'm glad and grateful that I even have the time to exercise. Because some people are so stressed out with life, they don't even have the time to exercise. Some people don't even, some people literally that thought does not cross their mind because the only thing they're thinking is survival, like food, shelter, water. Like, some people, that's all that's on their mind. And so you have to be grateful, like, wow, like, I have the time and the opportunity and the resources to exercise. And the fact that picking an exercise routine is your biggest problem at the moment, that's a very, very abundant and grateful thing to be proud. Like, that's something to be proud of. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, for your car, get your car washed. Show your car that you are grateful for it, and it will always be good to you. It will always be good to you. I get my car clean regularly. I keep the inside clean. I don't smoke in it. Like, I make sure she smells good. Things of that nature. Just take care of the things that you have already, and then the things that you have will take care of you, and then the world and the universe will send more to you because they know that you will take care of it and you will nurture it and you will do your best towards it and for it, which is in turn doing best for yourself externally, like physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, etc. So, but overall, focus on what you can control. Be kind to yourself. The things that you can control are your emotions, how you talk to people, what you eat, what you do, what you say. If none of those, you can't control what other people do. You can't control what other people say. You can't control how other people feel. So all you can do is express how you feel, and how they feel, that's on them. I'm not saying deliver your message poorly, because you are responsible for how you deliver your message. However, you are not responsible for assisting someone else to deal with their own emotions. That's something for them to do. You cannot control someone else's emotions. You just can't. So just speak your piece, be honest about it, and then let the other person, speak their piece, deal with their emotions, you deal with your emotions, and everyone continues on with life. You can't control what other people feel. You can't control what other people do. You can't control what other people say. You can't control what other people eat and what they like and who they want to talk to. Like, you can't do any of that. All you can do is control what you eat, who you talk to, what you do, how you exercise, what you eat, what your lifestyle is, what your career is, what you spend your time doing, how you feel. Well, as far as like, emotional regulation, you can work on controlling your emotions. You have to remember your emotions should be a passenger in the car, not the driver of the car. But all in all, just be kind to yourself. Remember that you're human. Have some grace for yourself. Take some time. Take 30 minutes to sit down and just decompress and just have this time for yourself. Don't do any work. Don't think about anything. Just watch your favorite show, or just sit in the quiet, or just sit in your car for 5-10 minutes, or whatever you can. Just be kind to yourself, okay? And remember, you're a human being. You're not a superhuman. You're not super mom. You're not super dad. You're not a superhero. You're not a robot. You're not any of those things. You're just a human. You have feelings. You have emotions. You have emotions. You have aspirations. You have dreams. You have things you want to do, things you don't want to do. You have, ups, you have downs, you have great days, you have bad days, you have absolutely miraculous days, and then you have some days that are just okay, and that's okay. Like, that's just a part of the human experience, and that's it, absolutely okay, and perfectly normal. perfectly normal. So if any of these tips resonated with you or really opened your mind and opened your heart to do better for yourself and want to cultivate a stronger mindset, or even if, you're watching this way back, you're rewatching this and you're realizing like, wow, like this tip really, really helped me and, my journey with myself, definitely let me know. Like, comment down below, like, subscribe, notification bell. Like, let me know that I am helping you so I know to continue making these kinds of videos. So if ever you guys enjoyed this, I can't wait to be updated on your personal journeys. And I'm so glad that you can be a part of my journey as much as I am a part of your journey. And I'll see you next time.